Hope my screen is visible for you, right?
Yes.
Okay. So today I'll cover you only two concepts, Tim. One is rest of the identification mechanisms, and another one is synchronization concept. Okay. Now, so as of now, we had a discussion like identify by properties, identify by anchor. Now today I'll tell you that identification mechanism. Identify by image and identify by index, and finally identify by expert. Okay, so these three categories we'll discuss today, and along with the synchronization. What is synchronization? Why we are using this synchronization? Okay, now coming to identify by image team. So if any one of the control is not unique, using identify by properties, identify by parent properties, identify by anchor. Still that control is not unique, then go with identify by image. Okay. So this image is always capture the screen resolution. It always capture the screen resolution. And the even this due to the screen resolution team, this is not recommended. This identification mechanism of identify by image is not recommended because this one is capturing a screen resolution. I'll show you how to do this one. I'm just opening one application. Let us assume this is our demo web shop application team. Go back to Tosca. Go to module section. Select your root folder. Right click on here. Scan application. Select demo web shop application. Click on scan. In yesterday's class, already we do had a discussion on identify by properties, identify by parent, identify by anchor. Today we are discussing identify by index. Oh, sorry, image. So team, I'm just selecting here one control, that is a books. Okay. So now see here, what are the books hyperlink I selected here? This books hyperlink is not a unique property. Okay, na? If this books control is not a unique property, then how to make this one as unique? So first we go with the parent own properties, parent properties, anchor. Assume this control is not unique after implementing all these three mechanisms. Okay. Then select not unique control, identify by image. If you choose an image identification, here you can see the Tosca is captured here, the control image of that particular control. What are the control I selected here? Tosca capture that control image here. This is the image. Okay. Now we have to capture a screenshot for this control image. Click on this plus icon. Now the Tosca is suggesting how to take the screenshot here. Just move your cursor here and drag and drop here up to here. After dragging and dropping team, so Tosca is asking us, would you like to consider image identification? Yes. So if you want to consider this one team, this might result in a long duration without visible scanning window. Now the backend, we are able to see the scanning window, right? If I click on S, what happens? So the scanning window is disappeared for some time and after that it appear. So see, I'm doing a click operation on S. So now see the scanning window is disappeared. Again, that one is appeared. So based on this image identification, this books is unique property now. Here also you can see the icon representation. This is the properties and this is the image. So based on image identification, the books control is a unique property now. But which basis this one is unique? You can see here the bottom of the screen. This image is capturing a screen resolution, right? Height and width of the control, all this stuff. So the screen resolution is always dynamic team based on the system category. May it vary, right? So I cannot say all the systems are having the same screen resolution, right? So that is the reason the screen resolution is this one is capturing screen resolution. That is the reason this one is also not recommended. Okay. But sometimes we choose this one to make a unique, but this is also not recommended one tip. Clear?
Yes.
So this is what identify by image. So another identification is here, identify by index. Here I'm selecting a computer, but this computers is also not a unique property. If computers is not a unique property, assume we applied identify by image, index, sorry, identify by parent properties and anchor image. Still the control is not unique. Then go with identify by index. If you choose an identify by index, are you able to see here the indexing of this control? 2 out of
2.
2. That means what are the computers I selected here, that computer location in a second position. So if you select this indexing, definitely the target control is unique property only. But now tell me, is this indexing is recommended? Hmm? So now the computers are selected second position. Maybe one more computers is added within this page. May this indexing will change, right? Yes or no? That is the reason here also you can see a warning message. This warning message, you can see this is a warning icon, right? So use the indexing only if you cannot choose other identification criteria to uniquely identify the controls. Okay. So if any matching criteria is considered by the previously scanned or defined criteria, so then go with those criteria only before applying index, because that is increase the stability of the index. Okay. So sometimes we do choose the indexing option also to make a control charge unique, but indexing also it's a kind of dynamic only. As of now, within this web page, I'm able to see 2 computers only. Maybe after some time, the front end developer or back end developer is going to add one more computers in between here. Then it changes the indexing of the selected control, right? So we'll choose this one also, very rare situations. But if we select this indexing position of the control, directly the selected item is here, unique. So here you can see this control is unique using identify by index. Clear? Next, the fourth identify by indexing is team here. That is anchor XPath indexing. Okay. We'll go with indexing is nothing but indexing of selected control within the application. So even this one is also changed dynamically. So most of the situation, this one is also not recommended. So indexing of control is also dynamic sometimes. So this one is also not recommended. This one also not recommended. So the next point is here, identify by XPath. So is anyone having an experience on XPath team? ఎవరికైనా సెలీనియం ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఉందండి?
Yes.
Okay, in selenium experience, you'll write an XPath, right, to make a controls as unique.
Yes.
So at the time of writing an XPath, so what are the options you choose? So in XPath, two types of categories, right?
Absolutely expert and relative expert.
So one is absolute XPath and another one is
Relative expert.
relative XPath. So which XPath is recommended?
Relative expert.
Absolute.
Relative XPath is recommended.
Hmm.
Okay. So absolute is not recommended. Why absolute is not recommended?
Dynamic elements is not possible to absolute expert. If
The-
anything in between, it will be any.
No, it is a long. It is from
Won't-
root of the special.
So dynamic elements, it won't, dynamic elements are not reflected into the absolute XPath, right?
Yeah, yes.
It won't accept
Dynamic expert. If
dynamic,
new web element will be added in the web page, in between, it won't accept expert.
exactly. It won't accept any new changes in application or new changes in a control or locator.
Yes.
Hmm. By developer on locator. Okay. So it won't accept any new changes. So this is not recommended. So they go with the absolute relative XPath. Now tell me, this writing of relative XPath, what are the options we choose to make a control as unique?
Like we have a methods like text method, contains method, and
Different methods, right? At the time of going those methods, we always do the inspection. We take the either tag
ID value,
or
ID
a
value,
tag ID. So sometimes
link to
we go
text,
in a text,
link.
sometimes we go a child. Different methods are there to write an XPath, right?
Yeah, yes.
But coming to here, at the time of writing an XPath, we are choosing only these options only, right? Class name, ID, inner text. Hmm?
Yes, based on that only we will be right.
So based on control category, you will write an XPath manually. But see here, so what are the properties we are using to make write an XPath? That is the class name, ID, H reference, or inner text. All these things we are selecting in a technical view only, right? All
Yes.
available features we are selecting in a technical view only, right? Technical properties level only, right?
Yeah, yes, yes.
But the Tosca is capturing here XPath. That XPath is here. What type of XPath it is?
Absolute it is.
It is an absolute XPath. So is absolute XPath is recommended by
No,
project? No.
no.
This absolute XPath is not a recommended one. But here the Tosca is capturing absolute XPath for each control. Okay. So don't select this absolute XPath because it won't accept any future modifications. If you're good at writing of XPath to make a control as unique, yes, you can write an relative XPath and you can keep this, you can modify this XPath with relative XPath and you can save the module. But before writing an relative XPath, just think at one time. So what are the features we are using to write an XPath? Anyway, we are choosing those features in a technical tab level, right? So writing of expert is not recommended in Tosca point of view team. Why this one is not recommended? Because because who are working on a Tosca point of view, may they have an experience on selenium or may not. Some of the people are having experience and some of the people don't have any experience on a XPath. If you're making the controls as unique writing of XPath, so after you if you jump to the another company, so if someone is replaced with your position, so may they not able to understand this XPath writing of XPath to make a controls as unique. Getting?
Yes, yes.
So that is the reason XPath is also not recommended. The first point is that Tosca is capturing here an absolute XPath. Absolute XPath won't accept any new changes made by the developer. That means it won't accept any dynamic changes made by the developer. And relative XPath is going to accept, but at the time of writing and a relative XPath, we always choosing either class name or ID or inner text, anything, right? To make this control as unique. But writing of this XPath also, additionally, we have to do this stuff manually, right? For example, if I inspect this login, I just want to take this login related any of these properties. I'm taking here the class name. I'm using a control F. Then I have to search here, writing of XPath. After writing an XPath, now we are able to see one out of one options, right? This one is identified as unique with the help of class name. Then copy paste this particular class name here. This is what the XPath identification, right? So if you're good at writing on XPath, yes, you can go with that. But you are able to understand. But if someone is replaced with your position, may they not able to understand what exactly this is. If they are having an experience, may they will able to understand. If they don't have any experience on XPath related points, so they are not able to understand what exactly this XPath is stating here. Okay, because it is a scriptless automation tool and most of the people who are having an experience on Tosca, so they are having an experience on Tosca itself. That is the reason this XPath is also not recommended. Sometimes may we choose this option also to make a unique controls. What are the identification mechanisms I explained to you today? Identify by image, index, and XPath. These all are very rare situations we go with these options team to make a controls as unique. Okay, so this image is always don't recommend this one because this always consider the screen resolution. So if I'm executing my script in my laptop, so if I choose the image identification, script is working fine for my laptop. Same script is executing in a VDI or any remote desktop, then at that time my script is getting failed because of the screen resolution. The image is not identifying in a remote desktop's level. So that is the cause, that is the reason image identification is not recommended. Clear?
Yeah.
This one is indexing. So yes, we go with indexing. This is absolutely fine, but very rare situations we go with identify by indexing also. And XPath is also very rare situations. Mostly 95% will make the unique as a control using identify by properties, parent or anchor. These three are most frequently used mechanisms. Okay. Any questions, team?
No,
Hmm? Okay. So synchronization team, synchronization ante enti ante we are just mapping application speed. Application speed with automation tool speed. speed. Okay, we are just mapping on application speed, automation speed. If we consider one test case, let me show you the tested case example itself only. I'm just saving this module. I'm closing this window. Go back to here. So yesterday I did one development for the internet, right? So go to your test case section. So this is what my test case, okay? The first step is open URL. After opening URL, I'm just verifying these things and I'm closing the title. Team, assume after passing application URL, sometimes our browser is very speed, sometimes it behaving like a very slow based on internet, right?
Yes.
If a network speed is very low, then loading of that particular page, it takes a much time, right?
Yes.
Now, I'm running the script, yesterday's script only, I'm running again. You can see my application is fine. Automation tool speed is also fine. Both are running in a same page. That means Tosca is considering some synchronization time backend. After passing an open URL, it is verifying the things. Then it's clicked on first checkbox, second checkbox, and closing operation is done. As of now, my application speed is very good and my automation tool speed is also good. But as let us assume in some situations, after passing an application URL, may it take long time to load the application page. Am I correct?
Yes.
So
Yes.
the Tosca is taking a default time limit. So what are the time limit is defined in a project level? Default time limit. Let me say instead of calling default, I'll give you exact naming convention. Synchronization timeout. Synchronization timeout equal to 10,000 milliseconds. In a Tosca, always time representation is in a milliseconds only. In Tosca, always time representation is only a milliseconds. This is the default time which is defined in a project level. So we are not able to see this time, right? But my script is doing an execution successfully. So which time limit Tosca is capturing a backend? So Tosca is considering a backend, the default synchronization time limit, that is a 10,000 milliseconds. If you want to see the synchronization timeout, go to the project level, go to settings window and T-box. Synchronization. T-box. Synchronization. Let me go to Tosca Commander. Click on this left side top corner project icon and click on the settings window. Within the settings window, so expand this T box and here are you able to see the synchronization option? Under the synchronization option, what is the default time limit? 10,000 milliseconds. Okay. So this is the default time. Are you able to see another time limit also here, that is a synchronization timeout during wait on?
Yeah, yes.
I'll show you what exactly it is. So team, default time limit, the Tosca is capturing only a 10,000 milliseconds. Okay. Now, let us assume the page is taking much time. Let us assume your application is very slow. Okay. So after passing an application URL, within this 10,000 milliseconds, your page is still not loaded. Then it throw an error message like no matching tab was found with following properties.
Yeah.
So then you have to define some additional weights here. Okay. So to define the additional weights, one option is there. T-box weight. T-box weight, we can say directly this one is a static weight. So the module we are using T-box weight and T-box weight, this is a standard module. This is the standard module. We're just using this T box weight, and this is a standard module. And here we are defining the duration. What are the duration you are trying to keep on weight Tosca? You can keep the time duration here. 5,000, 10,000 or 20 or 50. What are the time limit? You can give the time limit. So what exactly the meaning of this one, Tim? Forcefully, we are stopping a Tosca execution certain time. Okay. So forcefully, we are stopping a Tosca execution certain time. Okay, that is what a T-box weight. What happens, this is not a dynamic weight only, and this is acting as a test step. This is a standard module, and this is acting as a test step. So T-box weight is a predefined standard module. Let me go back to the module section. Go to standard module, expand the standard module. T-box automation tools, expand these tools, select a timings and select a T-box weight and drag and drop this T-box weight to test keys and drop here. After dragging and dropping here, so rearrange this T-box weight to open URL. So after passing an application URL only, right, Tosca is taking much time. Application is taking much time. Just define here what are the time you are trying to keep. I'm just define here a 5,000 milliseconds. Got it? So Tosca first it passed the application URL, then it wait of 5,000 milli because I mentioned here very clearly wait of 5,000 milliseconds. So then Tosca wait until that 5,000 milliseconds, then it continue the execution of rest of the test steps. Clear? So if you identify the which location the page is not loading, so in that particular area or in that particular step before or after, you have to add this T-box wait test step. Okay. Right click on here. Run in Scratchbook. Yes. So successfully executed, Tim. Here you can see the status of the Scratchbook. Are you able to see waited for 5,000 milliseconds?
Yeah.
So it's waited only 4,000 milliseconds or only 2,000? No, right? What are the time we mentioned in that particular duration level? So this one is weighted up to that particular time, right? Here also you can see in a Scratchbook level waited for 5,000 milliseconds. So we are not sure the page is loaded within a fraction of seconds, like 1,000 milliseconds level only. Okay. Then it won't stop waiting criteria Tim, because this is the static wait. We are defining this wait as statically. Okay. Now go back to the test case, and this is the static waiting. Clear the static wait category. Wherever we require, just add this standard module. This is acting as a test step and rearrange this one to particular test step level. Any questions on this T-box wait?
No.
Okay. So we can say simply this T-box wait is a static wait. In Tosca, another one is also there, that is a dynamic wait. So dynamic wait simply we can call as action mode. Action mode, wait on. What is that? Action mode, wait on. So if you see, I think yesterday I explained how many action modes is available. So how many action modes are you able to see here? Wait on is also one of the action mode, right? In yesterday's example, we covered input and verify, but today we are discussing wait on action mode. Got it?
Yes.
So Tim, action mode is acting, dynamic wait is calling as an action mode. And simply we can say this is the dynamic wait, okay? Because some time limit is defined in a. Give me a second, Tim, I'll be back. 2 minutes, please. Okay, Tim, I'm back, sorry. So, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, dynamic weight, so time limit is, this dynamic weight time limit is defined in a project level. Okay. If we see this project level settings, already we observe one more category is added, synchronization timeout during wait on. So everyone able to see here? So what is the time limit here?
To 20,000.
20,000 milliseconds. Synchronization timeout during a wait on. Synchronization timeout during a wait on. Okay. If we consider this wait on time, so here it is at 20,000 milliseconds. Okay, na? So 20,000 milliseconds. So this 20,000 milliseconds is always a dynamic wait. Why it is dynamic wait? I'll tell you. This always check the this wait always check the application functionality. This dynamic wait always checks the application functionality. So if you go back to here, here instead of adding a T box wait, simply you can add a wait on for a particular test step, right? So I'm just keeping here instead of verify, I'm just keeping here a wait on. If you choose a wait on, what happens? Tosca waits until this control is visible, then it do the verification. Wait on is doing a two activities. One is it is waiting and then it is verifying that control is visible or existing in application level or not. Get it? So how much time it wait until that control is visible? 20,000 milliseconds. If this page is loaded within a fraction of seconds, then it verify this control and it continue the rest of the script's execution instead of waiting a particular time. Okay, I'm running the script. Okay, it's in the text, right? Sorry. No matching tab was found with following properties. Okay, I'll execute entire test case together. These all are the two different types of weights where we defined it's required. So team wait on was successful. The expected is equal to true and actually also. The actually also checkboxes. So this one is waited until this checkbox title is visible. After that, it do the verification of that wait on. Clear? Instead of adding a number of T box wait, simply you can go with the wait on action mode as well. So is it clear for everyone, team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Like, what is the meaning of action mode input? We are default keeping
Input
it.
is nothing but in a application level, if you're doing a click operation and control, if you're entering something in a application, so we are doing some input activities, right?
Yeah.
Everything is comes under input action mode only. If you're passing Boolean values or click operation, entering of data, click, all this comes under input action mode only.
Okay.
Default, it picks the action mode as well based on the control category, okay?
Yeah.
So team, today onwards, we completed the sessions. So Monday onwards, I'll add you people into the 8:30 batch. You can join that batch. And I already given this kind of Word document access to you people yesterday, I think, in a drive, right? You have to check your drive and go through the Word document which I shared with you. If anything else, we'll discuss in a Monday's class, okay? Monday class is 8:30, okay?
Yeah.
Any questions? So please do the practice of these identification mechanism as well. So synchronization concept, what is synchronization?
Anusha, one thing.
Mm.
Whereas in the test cases, first of all, first of all, identify properties, after that, like that only, or otherwise, zigzag method only. Means anchor or after index or XPath. How to come from series completely one by one out.
Always the first priority is identify by properties. First, check all possible ways and identify by properties. Most of
Okay.
the controls are unique within the identify by properties itself only. Okay. So
Okay.
if you are unable to make an identify properties, go parent, go anchor. You can pick any one of, you can go with parent directly or you can go with identify by anchor, anything fine. So if this control is not unique, either anchor or properties, then choose another identification criteria. It's not like that, always go with this flow only. So the first priority is always default property. If that is not unique, the recommended one in a real time is identified by anchor. Anchor is the recommended one in real time. Okay. So this one will give like a star representation. First we go with identify by properties, then I will go with identify by anchor. If control is not unique, then I'll check the parent, then I'll go with image, I go with index. Based on not uniqueness, we'll choose any of these options. Okay.
And also, our aim is also to unique the test cases only. That one.
Exactly. The control is unique.
Exactly. No. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So I hope it's clear for everyone. Please do the practice and Monday onwards, we do have class on 8:30. Okay.
Yeah. So we need to do all the test cases. Like 34 test cases are there.
No, you can try to complete the starting 5 test cases. Have you completed the starting 5 test cases?
No, I have started.
Yes.
I was stuck on a third case. I want to show you like
Yeah,
it is
please share your screen. I'll see. You're starting on third test case. Okay.
Are you able to see?
Yes, yes, I'm able to see your screen. Just expand the script. We'll see what exactly the logic here. Oh, select value from the drop down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can select directly here drop down. No need to do a click operation, okay? In a drop down level, above drop down level, do checkout and delete. Checkout, checkout. Select the test case and do checkout. TC03. Checkout. Right click on that. No, no, no. Option 2. You can pick directly here. That's
We know to do this step also.
below step is also not required. For drop downs, no need to do a click operation. You can directly select value from the drop down. That is fine. Here the option 2 also you added, right? You can delete that option 2 as well. The below one, yes. Right click and delete. Yes. Now execute entire test case. Option 2 is selected, right?
Yeah, I have tried this way also, but I was confused like with the steps.
No problem. So the drop down values, no need to do any additional activity. So just select a value from the drop down. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, team. Thanks for joining all. Happy weekend.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.